we have had another controller sent out to us from Mojon. So this is their Gale Hall controller. And just taking a look, you can pick one of these up for about $40 on Amazon or for about $30 from AliExpress. So this is a very cheap controller, very low price controller. And we're going to take a look and see whether it's actually worth picking one up or not. Mojon did send this controller out to me completely free of charge, but I'm not being paid to make this video, so all opinions are my own. And in fact, when Mojon first offered to send this out to me, I didn't say yes straight away. I did have a little bit of a chat with them first, as when you take a look at this thing on paper, it doesn't look like it really offers much compared to the competition. So just a couple of specs. This controller is an Xbox style controller, so looks and feels very similar to an official Xbox controller, with a few slight design tweaks. It does have Hall effect joysticks. Mojon's Hall effect joysticks are some of my favorite. They perform really, really well, so I have high hopes for this thing. And it does also come with 4 remappable buttons on the back, which is 2 extra over the most common 2 buttons. It is a fully wireless controller. You can use this thing on PC, so Windows 10 and 11, and also Nintendo Switch, Android, and iOS MFI certified. This is the box it comes in. A very nice box. In the box, you'll get the controller. The dock does come with a wireless charging dock, and also the dongle. And then you can pull out this plastic, and in here we do have a cable, and we do also have some different thumbstick caps as well. My favorite feature of all Mojon controllers, most of them anyway, do come with these interchangeable caps, and these are great. You do get 3 different heights, so you get default, you get then a tall stick, but then you do get a halfway as well, and the halfway is really, really comfortable. I do like that one, so I am glad they include those, just same as the Rainbow 2 Pro and also the Blitz 2 as well that we've got. So yeah, I was concerned that this controller wouldn't be able to offer much, as generally for FPS games we have got controllers now that have TMR sticks, so why would you pick this one over one that has TMR sticks? Also, we do have clicky instant triggers on most controllers now as well, and this one does not feature any trigger stops or clicky mouse click like triggers. And it's a very cheap controller as well, and it definitely does show when you take a look at it up close. So the kind of finish on the plastics and everything is definitely, you know, somewhere where they've cut a few corners. The dock as well itself doesn't quite have the finish that some more premium controllers would have, but of course the price we can kind of understand. We can kind of let that kind of thing slide. At that kind of price, I would just be looking at a controller that is practically going to be performing very well. It does have a 1000 Hz polling rate, and the input latency is quite low on this thing as well. And it is a faster controller than FlyDigi's Vader 4 Pro, or pretty much any FlyDigi controller anyway. And I would say this is kind of a direct competitor to that, because it does have a similar style of 4 buttons on the back, does have Hall effect joysticks. It is missing a few features though, so it doesn't have a mechanical D-pad. What we actually have here are membrane buttons on the face and the D-pad, and the start, select, and the share button and everything. They are membrane buttons. Now the buttons on the back, these are actually really nice buttons. I do like these. They're a little bit larger than what you'll find on the Vader 4 Pro. They do have quite a loud click to them, so if loud clicky buttons are not to your taste, then these ones might be a little bit loud. But saying that, everything else on the controller, such as the D-pad is nearly silent, doesn't have really any audible click at all. The face buttons are a little bit clicky. The triggers and bumpers, the style of these do feel very Xboxy. The triggers are quite nice, very smooth, not too much resistance either. And the bumpers are really nice. They've got a very light, soft click, and it doesn't matter where you press them, they feel really good. Wireless charging dock. It does have a little space on the back of it for the dongle, so you can slip the dongle right in there. And then you just hook it up with the USB-C cable, and then all you have to do is put that on there. Your controller will charge, lift it off, turn it on, and you're connected and ready to go. So it's a nice bit of kit really, especially for the money. You don't really see a package like this that includes all of these for this money. So I am actually really glad that they did send it out. So Mojon, thank you again for sending this out, because really you don't always learn what potential a controller's got to offer until you do actually get it right in front of you. It's a very, very nice package. It does have some slots here on the top, so you can attach a smartphone holder bracket to it. So that's if you're using it on Android or iOS, that's going to be coming in handy. Now, again, to the kind of build quality, it feels solid. It doesn't creak, doesn't bend. Nothing really feels overly cheap. It's just visually, when you take a look, like on the back of the controller, we do have a textured plastic to help with grip, and this does a really good job. I didn't have any issues. As I've mentioned before, I do get quite sweaty hands just in general. So I definitely need something like this. I can't have the back of a controller being too smooth at all. Provides plenty of grip, but again, it's not like a rubber texture grip. It doesn't feel too premium or anything like that. This controller is just designed to be practical. It offers a lot. I've been playing some Black Ops 6 with this thing, and the joysticks, just like the Mojon Ether, feel really, really good. They are very snappy, very responsive, quite impressive for Hall effect, to be honest. I do definitely like the way that they've tuned these up. The battery life on this thing is pretty remarkable as well. I have had about 7 hours out of it already without it needing to be charged again, and it's still going. So the simplicity of this controller definitely does play a part in the battery life. Now, this thing is compatible with Mojon's Big One Assistance app. So that's the PC app for customizing the controller. So you do get a few options in there. We can take a look. So I've got the app open here. This is the latest version. So we'll just go ahead and get this connected. And it recognizes the Gale Hall straight away. So we go to Start Setting. And I'll just show you a few options that you do have in here. It's not as much as you'd get with other controllers like the Blitz 2 or the Rainbow 2 Pro, but you do get some decent features. So this controller does have a built-in gyroscope. You can map this thing to the left stick or the right stick, but you can't map it to a mouse input like you can on the other controllers. I'm not too sure why exactly. Potentially, Mojon might be able to push an update to change this to include the mouse input as well. But it does have a gyro. And then for the sticks, we do have a little bit of customization in here, but it is a little bit more simplified. So we can adjust the center dead zone. But one thing we can't adjust is the outer dead zone. It does look like it already has one that's kind of put there by default, and it can't be changed. And it doesn't have anything like anti-dead zone or anything like that. It's literally just the center dead zone that you can adjust. But you can adjust the response curve. So if we scroll down a little bit here, we can literally drag this thing around and have it however we want. So you do get some customization in there. And you can really fine tune this thing to respond how you like. And you can do that for both the left stick and the right stick. The triggers, although they don't have micro switches and they don't have any trigger stops built in, you can adjust the dead zone, and they do have a hair trigger mode as well. And this works very, very well. These triggers are very responsive. The overall controller just is very responsive. You're not going to feel like there's much input delay at all. This thing just responds as and when, which is very consistent across all Mojon controllers. They definitely have their focus in the right place. Low input latency, reliability, durability, no stick drift. Yes, they may not offer the most features. You know, there are other controllers that have way, way, way more features than this. There will be controllers out there that have much better build quality than this, or have a much more premium feel, should I say, because I don't really have any concerns with the build quality. It's just, it doesn't scream expensive, you know? Some controllers do, such as the Nacon Revolution X that I recently reviewed. Not only does the price of that thing scream premium, but just taking a look at pictures of it with the LCD screen and everything else, it definitely looks like a much more premium package, which is definitely not this controller's focus. But this one is just built to do the job, and it does it very well. And especially if you do prefer membrane face buttons and D-pads over the more modern mouse click, you know, clicky mecha switch D-pads and face buttons, if you're not really too into those, then I think you'll like this one quite a bit. Just a couple of extra things here. Key mapping, so you can remap the 4 remappable buttons on the back that you do get. So you can remap these to anything that be controller inputs or keyboard inputs as well. So you can map keyboard keys to any button of the controller. So you can completely customize and configure this thing exactly how you want it. And every button and input does have a turbo mode as well. And then we do have some rumble motors in here. It is just going to be standard rumble motors in the handles. That is it. That's all you get. So pretty basic, really. To be honest, it's a bit of a waste of time me talking about it. It's just very, very standard. It's what you'll get in pretty much any controller out there now. And it definitely does show as well, you know, this controller does not weigh very much. It's a very, very light controller, a very, very nice weight for me. It may be a little bit too light for some people. I think it's more of a concern if a controller is too heavy, because that may not be avoidable. You may not be able to change that much. So heavy controllers, you know, definitely do consider that a little bit more, but a light controller, I think it's really nice. I think a lot of people will like the weight of it. Just another couple of things. We do have macros for this controller, same as all Mojang controllers, so you can set up macros on this thing. So you're not going to be losing that feature. We do have a calibration, and it's got 2 modes, so X input for most applications and platforms, and then we do have a switch mode, because you can use this thing on your Nintendo Switch wirelessly. So the controller as well, I didn't mention, does have the 2.4 gigahertz dongle, and it does also have Bluetooth as well. We do have a calibration tool and a digital product manual and a reset option. And then we've got the firmware upgrade option as well. And I am on the latest version, which is version 1.7. So yeah, there's not really much to talk about with this one. It's very just straight to the point. I think it's a great controller. I think it's perfect for someone if you are using original, like standard Xbox controllers, and if you really like the official, you know, Microsoft Series controllers that come with the consoles, but you just want no stick drift and a couple of extra buttons on the back, or 4 extra buttons on the back. I think this is a really good option, and you should definitely give it a try, because other than those 2 things, the controller will feel pretty much identical. Plus you get all the added benefits of the customization. You won't get stick drift, and these joysticks do feel really, really nice. And these thumbstick caps as well are my favorite. And you don't need control freaks or anything like that. They're super grippy. These are really nice. So a really nice package for really not a lot of money at all. Probably half the price of a standard Xbox controller. Granted, you can't just go ahead and connect this thing to your Xbox. But if you're playing on PC and you're not too crazy about buying an expensive controller, you just want something to do the job and do it well, this is a great option. But I hope this video was helpful. Drop the video a like for me, it really does help out the channel, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a future upload. We will be live over on my main channel and Twitch and Kick. Links for all those will be in the description, and you can join our Discord server if you do want to chat more about controllers or anything gaming really. Again, all links in the description, so have a quick look through those, click on everything, it's all good. Enjoy the rest of your day, we'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.